Comedian Matt Rife is going viral once again because he came after a 6-year-old boy on the internet. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.
Guys, before we get into this video, if you'd like to support the work I'm doing on this channel, consider becoming a patron on Patreon. It really does fuel the work that we do here, and I try to stay away from sponsored ad reads so that you guys can have a fun time watching, so consider supporting if you want to. People on the internet are mad at him once again, and before we get into that, I will lay all the background for those of you who are not familiar with this story yet. Matt Rife originally started getting backlash after his Netflix comedy special went viral for a domestic violence joke that he tells at the beginning of the show.
The hostess who seats you at the restaurant had a black eye. I was like, yeah, but I feel like if she could cook, she wouldn't have that black eye.
The reason people were so upset at Matt Rife is because he has a predominantly female audience, and that's who supported him throughout his rise to fame. So to start off his show with a domestic violence joke felt like a knife in the back to a lot of his female fans. They said it wasn't funny, that it was misogynistic, and that he should remember who supported him so that he could even have a Netflix special in the first place. Instead of apologizing for the domestic violence joke, Matt Rife chose to double down. He even went on the Jordan Peterson podcast to talk about the fact that comedy is a free-for-all and he should be able to make whatever jokes he wants to. And after continuously being asked for an apology, he posted on his Instagram that people could click a link to view his apology, and that link took them to special needs helmets. And we talked about Matt Rife and all the controversy on this show as it was happening, and you all know my take. I think everything is fair in comedy and that you should be able to make jokes about whatever you want. Those jokes are not going to be for everybody, and everybody has the right to either watch or not watch a comedy special as it's put out. And if you once were a fan of a comedian and you find that their comedy is no longer for your taste, you stop watching and you move on to the next. I even watched Matt Rife's comedy special, and I found that, yeah, the comedy and the humor was not for me, but I can see how other people would be interested in it. But instead of acknowledging that and moving on, you know what the internet does. It came after Matt Rife and it came after him hard. People were making videos about him, ranting about his comedy special, making jokes about him, which, you know, is fair game, especially since he's a comedian. And it seems like these jokes and backlash might have rubbed Matt Rife the wrong way, so we're gonna get into his response today that has brought about his most recent controversy. It seems like some of the jokes that are being made about Matt Rife may have struck a chord with him, and it's a chord of insecurity because he's decided to hop in the comments of a couple people, and that's why we're talking about him today. First, a popular plastic surgeon on TikTok decided to make a video that was clearly poking fun at Matt Rife. The video says, "Me after creating the greatest jawline ever seen just for my patient to get canceled right after." This is to me clearly in reference to Matt Rife, as many are speculating that he's had a considerable amount of plastic surgery done on his face, and that's why he has such a large audience, because women find him attractive. While the plastic surgeon did not explicitly mention Matt Rife, many in the comments were hopping in to clown on him and say this is directly about Matt Rife. We know this is about Matt Rife. We know that his jawline's not real. You get the gist. And instead of letting that lie, letting the joke float around, Matt Rife decided to respond. Let's listen.
I just wanted to let everyone know that Matt Rife's response to this video is by far the funniest thing that he's ever said, and I've never even seen any of his comedy. I'm just very confident in that statement. Even though this guy never even said Matt's name, everyone was in the comments saying that this has to be about Matt. So he got so mad that he was like, lying about medical history is illegal, FYI.
So there you go. I think if I were in Matt Rife's position, I would have just let the joke float around, you know, water off a duck's back. It doesn't bother me whatsoever, instead of hopping in and making a clearly very insecure comment. But that's comment number one. Comment number two was toward a 6-year-old, which again is a major mistake in this case. And let's lay out the background here. In his comedy special, Matt Rife makes many jokes about astrology, which was another thing that got many women upset at him. So an influencer by the name of Bunny Hadaya ended up filming her 6-year-old son responding to the joke that Matt Rife made. Here's that clip.
Nothing to do with the stars, man. Just because Jupiter has a ring and you don't, doesn't mean.
It's Saturn that has the rings, and it has more also, and you're mean to girls.
So clearly Bunny thought that this was going to be a funny and cute video to put on TikTok, and many did really like it. It got hundreds of thousands of likes. Many were talking about how adorable her son is and how wonderful it is that he schooled Matt Rife. And to me, in watching that video, it's clear that she's coached him a little bit. Why would a 6-year-old boy say that Matt Rife doesn't like girls? I'm assuming he didn't watch Matt Rife's comedy special, as I believe it's too adult for a 6-year-old boy to be watching. So I feel like mommy maybe whispered in the 6-year-old's ear what exactly he should say, and that's what he did when the camera started rolling. And Bunny is not a family influencer or anything like that, but you guys know how I feel about putting your kids on the internet. I don't think it's the right thing to do. I don't think under any circumstance you should film your child and have them posted on a platform like TikTok. But I digress. And again, instead of letting the comment lie, Matt Rife decided to respond instead. He said, Jupiter also has a ring. Oh, and Santa Claus isn't real. Your mom buys you presents with the money she makes on OnlyFans. Good luck. And again, all is fair in comedy and you can make jokes about whatever you want, even if you want to make a joke about a 6-year-old boy, but you better make sure that that joke is fine-tuned and it actually lands, and that it's not coming out of a deep place of insecurity within you. And that seems to be the through line here with the plastic surgery comment and now with the comment about the 6-year-old boy. Insecurity. But Bunny, the original poster of the video of the 6-year-old, of course had to respond once Matt Rife had commented under her post. Here's her video.
Matt Rife has decided to start beef with my 6-year-old child online. Yeah, you heard me correctly. My 6-year-old child online. So, my name is Bunny Hedaya. If you don't know me, Hedaya means gift. And this is my gift to you, reading Matt Rife to filth. Like Matt, I have a full female audience online. Although I like mine. I don't want them, man. You can keep them. Please. I will gladly take your audience because we know you can't satisfy them anyways. This all started when his comedy special, which, if that's what we're calling comedy, the things he said that weren't even funny were posted on TikTok, and I started being tagged in them because everyone knows that my son is like a genius and he's really into space. I fiercely protect my child online. I'm not a family channel. People know his name, they know he likes space, they know he likes Minecraft, and that's pretty much it. Most people do not know any personal details about my child. And because of that, and because I have such a large audience, when I see people in person and when people see space clips, they tag me in them because they know that that's what he likes. This is the video that I posted.
Nothing to do with the stars, man. Just because Jupiter has a ring and you don't, doesn't mean.
Actually, Saturn has the rings, and it has more also, and you're mean to girls.
I'm not the type of content creator that usually talks about other people or other things for views. I focus my content only on me because guess what, Matt? I'm interesting enough on my own. But I also didn't pay for my looks, so that's not really what people follow me for. You look to the video on here, you can see that all the comments were like, oh my god, he's so smart, he's so cute, like, oh my gosh, yeah, girl power. You, he's not tagged in it. I have no connection with him, and it was posted on a Netflix page. While you clearly took a lighthearted video and turned it into fighting with a 6-year-old, let's talk about the comments that you said about me. This is my IG where he left the comment, okay? Do I look like I don't even show my body? For you to assume that every single woman online makes money by showing their bodies, which, like, if that's what you do, girl, do you. Like, love it. I have never made a single dollar from a man. Audience is female, 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 female. And a little bit of the gays and nays. You can't accept the fact that people may like women for their personalities. No, we know you don't have one. You stick to circle jerking, the men that you need validation from, and I will gladly take your female audience that you so desperately want to get. You know it hurts because I'm richer than you, and I didn't have to pay for a Forbes article to fake it. And I really wish you luck on what's left of your career, but keep my child's name out of your mouth. We can do part 2.
All right, so you get what's happening here. It's just like stupid, vapid drama on the internet when these two people could have just stayed in their own space. She didn't have to film her 6-year-old and put it on the internet, even though she's attempting to justify it in this video. And Matt Rife didn't need to respond to that 6-year-old from a place of insecurity, telling him that Santa Claus isn't real and that his mom does OnlyFans when in fact she does not. And while I don't agree with her endorsement of OnlyFans modeling or the justification for putting her 6-year-old on TikTok, she kind of ate him up for real. But hopefully this is where all of the internet controversy ends. If Matt Rife was smart, he would stand on his original first principles when it comes to free speech and comedy, and he'll just shut up. Let the joke exist. If you can stand in the truth that comedy is the final frontier of free speech and people shouldn't be so sensitive about a joke, you probably shouldn't be so sensitive about the jokes that people make about you. If what you're saying about your original comedy special is correct, that comedy is a free-for-all, that you can say what you want and that people who don't like it can turn it off, then you just sit in that truth and you sit silently in that truth. You don't have to constantly rebut the people who come after you online. So that's my advice to Matt Rife. Stand on your first principles where you had it right in the beginning and don't act out of a place of insecurity. Because when you do, you're like a dog backed into a corner. You start to bite people and you do it wrongfully. And whether we like it or not, that insecure reaction is actually going to go back to invalidate the original argument that you were making. And I think what we can all learn from this is when you have the truth is enough. So just zip it, let people be mad, and move on. But those are just my thoughts. Drop your thoughts in the comments comments down below. As always, I encourage healthy debate, so if you disagree with me, duke it out, but do so respectfully. And as always, if you like this video, like, subscribe, click the notification bell to be notified every single time I post for you guys, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.